Good morning, Jeep Creepers. It is a brisk 10 degrees. Feels great. Time to get started. All right, it's getting real cold, so we're going to employ some heat. Here's one of these guys. This is an oil electric radiator heater. And I've used these in my great room, and they work pretty good. Thermostat control. The thing that I like most about these is they're quiet. So I'm going to use this camping, I think, too, to, when I'm in colder weather, to heat the camper instead of the ones that have fans and everything. This has no fan. It's very, very quiet. The other thing we need to do is start cleaning up on the inside because I got no room to work. It's starting to get tight because there's snow on the ground. And yeah, let's clean up this mess a little bit, eh? I think I'm going to put that heater in the front there, set up a table. Let's get some garbage bags and just start cleaning up this mess. We got one clean working space. Let's get our heater going because I'm freezing my tootsies off. This is on wheels, but I think for now, just so it doesn't roll around, I'm just gonna use the wheel. The first thing I want to address is this right here. So I'm gonna take some measurements, cut out a piece of wood. Battery's dead. Another cold weather treat. This battery's dead too. Alright, right in there just like that. So I think I'm going to start by framing the bottom here with a 2x6, then up the walls. So let's get that started so I can get a fourth wall on this bad boy. 81. Let's cut out the 81. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's 81. To prevent putting extra holes in the roof, I'm going to do the walls just short of this, and then wedge that in, and then toe it in. $81.5 minus 1.5. It's 80. 2x6 on the floor, going up to a 2x6 on the wall, tied into the 2x4 on the wall, tied into a 2x6 on the ceiling that's braced, tied in to the 2x4s on the ceiling. Looking good structurally so far. So my door is going to come and hit that lip, and then I got to worry about this lip right here because this overhangs. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I could have the door be shorter and come up, but I don't know yet. I gotta figure that out. All right, well, here's a good proof and concept. So the Great Stuff foam sticks to that, no problem. What didn't stick is the glue, the liquid nails that's designed to stick to this. Did not stick very good. That's where I ran out. So I'm gonna get a can of Great Stuff foam, do it right this time. So the lip on the roof to the bottom or the top of the ramp is 75 inches. So I'm going to trim this to 75 inches. And hopefully it's a little bit easier to work with. I need to re-glue this, which I will do with Great Stuff foam. But first I'm going to trim it, I think. I mean, we're knocking off 2 foot pretty much. It's good because this door is heavy. This is getting to be a lot easier to work with now. Question is do we want to keep the door full width still? Or do we want to narrow it down, make it easier on ourselves? If we hypothetically made the door 7 foot, we cannot, because this is only 6 foot. That hatch is 78 inches wide currently. So we need to go, we can go a little bit over 78, so that closes into that, I guess. Why don't we make it an even 80? I think that's a good number, 80. What do you guys think? So I got this piece that broke off. So we'll make it an even 80. So how much is that? Let's trim that. I forgot. It's 84 right now. Let's trim. Let's trim it all up on this side. Most of it, because this broke. Yeah, we'll take all 4 inches off this side. This side doesn't go to the end, so I need to take an inch off of here. Let's mark it off and get clean edges. There we go. Got a nice edge now. Looking sharp. Literally. This edge is kind of poopy too, so I'm going to square that edge as well. This is why I'm actually pretty glad I made this larger than I was planning on, because you know, you got things aren't lined up flush. Oh, I'll just cut it flush. We'll knock this down just a little bit. Nice clean edge. Looking sharp. Now originally I said I was going to take it down to 80, but I want my edges to be real nice, and that's a broken spot. We are currently at 81.5. We're going to go down and cut this off because I don't like this. So we're going to whack off 3 inches off this side, which I think we knocked 3 inches off the other side. Thin, so. Tried using the 3/4 inch C channel. Evidently the tolerance on this is wider than 3/4 after everything. It's just hard to get it that perfectly to fit because it's too tight. I don't have a big enough gap. So what I'm going to use instead is I got some 3/4 inch angle iron, just the right angle, and I'm going to drill a bunch of holes in it and run a bunch of bolts down the sides instead of trying to glue aluminum on there. Now the second reason for that is this aluminum, it's pretty flexible, whereas this is steel and this is more rigid and heavier and thicker. So let's get the drilling. adding locking nuts. That battery's dead. Kind of nice. I can squish it down to a pretty cool angle. Actually, I don't want to do too much because then it angles the door. Just like that. Okay. Well, it's not what we originally intended, but I think she'll work. Alright, so I'm going to need to cut my door even shorter by a few inches. Oh, some of these went in crooked, that's great. But that's what I got. And an aluminum backed, right angle steel front. I'm just using what I got. You know, extra parts from extra things, but this is going to be a lot more rigid. A lot more rigid. So I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out so far. I need to do the other side as well, so I need to get back to drilling some more holes in my other piece of angle iron I got sitting right there. Well, I'm super stoked, you know, minus these bars being short, and I'll just cut the door down again. But it tightened it up real nice, sandwiching it in, giving it a nice big lip. And I need to cut off my aluminum bar. And I did the top and the bottom for now, and I believe that's added rigidity. Let's take a look. All right, let's see how rigid this thing is now. Oh man, that has no flex in it at all. I'm actually kind of surprised. Well, that turned out better than I thought it would. It's light. As intended. Now, could I have just made this out of half-inch sanded ply? Yeah, probably, I guess. In hindsight, that probably would have been a better idea than all these efforts taken. But, whatever. I mean, it's insulated. I know you guys are always talking about insulating the walls, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that half-inch sanded ply isn't any more is lousier than half-inch styrofoam or not, honestly. I feel like they're almost the same, but leave a comment if you think they are different. If you're an insulation expert, tell me why plywood is, you know, not as insulated. Now I need to trim this back, cut off the aluminum first. Alright, aluminum's cut. Cut the rest with a circular. I just didn't want to cut this with my circular. It had a new blade on it. Dead battery. Now, I know I like battery operated stuff because it's convenient, but when it's 10 degrees, these things don't last long. Nice smooth cut. And surprise, surprise, we got separation again where I used that that caulk that's supposed to be for sealing pink foam board. Nice clean cut. So cool thing is I cut off all the spots that had that caulk, liquid nails, foam board, adhesive, whatever, that doesn't work good. Now we're back down to Great Stuff foam. And I cannot stress how much I like Great Stuff foam for gluing wood to pink board and pink board to pink board. It is the best stuff you can buy, I think, for this. If you guys got something better you like to use, hey man, down in the comments, let me know. I'd like to hear what you guys like. Anyways, this is where we're gonna wrap this one up for today. I need to buy some gas shock struts, so I need to figure out how much this thing weighs. Actually, we'll do that real quick. Well, that ends another episode of Jeep Creep. My camera wound up getting low battery in the cold 10-degree weather and turning off. So I just wrapped up for the rest of the night, put everything away, and stay tuned for next week's episode where I actually try to mount this door, which is very rigid. I'm really happy the way it came out, and the weight is just about right. I'm going to get those gas shocks ordered, and we'll work on mounting those as well. Until next time, Jeep Creep out.